Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how you can do a break-even analysis in Excel. A break-even analysis is important to know how much production you need in order to turn a profit and what your minimum is in order to cover your costs. So when doing a break-even analysis, there are three things to consider. One is the fixed cost, the variable costs, and your selling price. And all those things are going to impact your break-even analysis. So I'm going to create some fields here, one for each one of those items. So the first being fixed costs, variable cost per unit, and then we've got the selling price, which is also per unit. And so the fixed costs, these are things like rent, insurance, salaries, things that aren't going to change whether you produce 10 units, 20 units, or 15 units. So let's say in a hypothetical example, our fixed costs are $5,000. So that's going to be the cost we incur regardless of how many items that we produce. And what I'm also going to do is specify the variable cost. So this is the cost per unit. So this cost is going to change based on the number of units we produce. The more we produce, the higher the variable cost. So let's say the variable cost per unit is $10. And now the next item is the selling price per unit. And let's say this one is $25. Now the difference between the selling price and the variable cost per unit, that is the contribution margin. So the contribution margin is important and it needs to be positive because that tells you what's left over after every sale to cover your fixed costs. So ideally, the spread between these two is as large as possible. So that way it's quicker to get to break even and to cover these fixed costs. So now with these inputs, we can calculate our break-even units that we need in order to turn a profit, or at least break even and get to zero. So I'm going to enter in a value here for break-even units, and I'm going to set up a formula. And what it's going to do is take the fixed costs and divide it by that contribution margin, which is the selling price minus the variable cost. So this tells us how many units we need to make based on this formula. So it tells us about 333 units. Now, because we can't make a third of a unit, I'm going to use the round up function as well here, just to round this up to the nearest whole number. So based on this, I know that I need to sell or make 334 units. And then if I sell those, that'll be enough to cover my costs. So let's work this out. If I look at my total costs and my total revenue, actually, let's flip this around. Total revenue, total variable cost, and total fixed cost. So just to prove this out, so if we have 334 units, we multiply this by our selling price of $25. So we'd make $8,350. For the variable cost, we take the number of units and also multiply that by the variable cost per unit. And here we've got 3,340. So as you can see, that's a difference of about $5,000. And that's obviously going to be relating to our fixed cost. So now our profit or loss, in this case, we're going to have a small profit just because we're a bit over that break even of 333.33. So we take our revenue, deduct the variable cost, and then deduct the fixed cost. And we've got a very small profit of $10. Now, if I actually keyed in 333.33, then we get right around zero. But because I rounded up, that's why I've got that small profit, just because it's not practical to be able to make a third of a unit and then sell it. So this is a very simple example of how we would calculate the break even. We could also set up a table to do a lot of different scenarios to calculate the units sold based on if we sold 100 units or 200 or so on and so forth. So I'm going to set up a table here, one that has units sold, total revenue, total cost, and then profit or loss. And I'm going to fill these values in. So I'm going to start with just 0 units, then 100, 200, 300. And Excel can actually fill in the rest of this series for me. As you can see, it's going to figure out the pattern that I'm doing, which is incrementing by 100. So those are the units sold. So for the total revenue, I'm going to do the same thing as I did before, where I'm taking the units sold and multiplying that by the selling price. Now, an easy way to reference this is, rather than remembering that my selling price is in B3, I'm just going to call this selling price. And then for the variable cost, I'm going to call it variable cost. And for the fixed cost, I'll type in fixed cost. The benefit of this is now I can take this value, this unit sold, and multiply it by the selling price. So really easy to remember. And I'm going to copy this down, and that's my revenue. And for total cost, I can take my fixed cost and then add, and I'm going to put in brackets, the units sold multiplied by the variable cost. And so just like that, it's a lot easier now to set up these formulas because I'm using the named ranges as opposed to remembering what cells they're in. So I'm going to multiply or calculate this and copy this down. And now for my profit, I'm just taking the revenue less the total cost and copy that down. So just by setting up this table, it's really easy now to see not just where I'm turning a profit, but also how large my profit can be based on these different combinations of units sold. Now, what you can also do is visualize this data on a chart. So let's say I want to compare my revenue and my cost just to see that break-even analysis on a chart. So I'm going to select revenue and cost, and I'm going to go to insert and open up charts. Under all charts, I'm just going to use a simple line chart here, perhaps with the markers. And now I've got revenue and I've got cost, so I can easily see now where that break even is happening and how big that gap is between my revenue and my cost as it changes. What you may want to do is, in this case, when you're creating a chart like this, you can change the horizontal axis. So I'm going to right click, select data. And so right now it's just going 1 through 5, which is not what I want, or 1 through 11. I'm going to click on edit so that my label range is actually my units sold. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to have to move this chart out of the way here. So I'm going to right click, select data, and then edit this so it's referencing my units sold. And the same thing over here, so it'll automatically apply. And so now these values correspond to these different units of production, different units produced. So now it's easy to see what the revenue, what the cost would be based on these different levels. But now let's say you wanted to not necessarily calculate break even, but calculate a certain level of profitability. Let's say you wanted to know how much you would have to produce to get to $2,000 in profit. Exactly. Now, obviously, we could look at this table, but maybe we don't want to do it every single possible calculation on here. It's a lot easier to do that with Excel and using Goal Seek. And so what I'm going to do is create a few extra fields here, one for units produced and another for calculated profit. And these are the ones that I'm going to use in my Goal Seek calculation. So here, units produced, I'm just going to leave it at 0 for now, and calculated profit is going to be the same as this profit that I had here, except I'm going to reference this units produced to reference that. So I'll take my contribution margin, which is sales price minus variable cost, multiply that by the units produced less the fixed costs. So right now I'm at minus 5,000 just because obviously I'm not producing anything. But now with this setup, I can go in and use Goal Seek. So on the data tab, there's an option to do a what if analysis in the forecast section. If you click on that and then click on Goal Seek, what you can do is now you can specify which cells you want it to change. So think of this as doing trial and error, except with Excel, it's going to be a lot quicker than if you were to do it by yourself. So what I'm going to do is for the set cell, this is the cell that I want to assign to a certain value. So my calculated profit, that is actually the cell that I want because I want that cell to equal 2,000. I want a profit of 2,000. And now by changing cell, this is where I select the cell that I want Excel to basically do a trial and error on until it gets to 2,000. And that's going to be my units produced. So if I click on enter, now it's going to go to work. I'm going to hit OK. And it calculates that 466.666 units. That's going to be how many I need to produce to get to a profit of $2,000. So this is another way where we can do a what if scenario to calculate what our level profitability would be, how much we need to produce, rather than creating a full-blown table. And obviously, you can do the table if you want to, but if you just want a quick answer to see how much do you need to produce, that's where goal seek comes into play, because all you're doing is specifying the value that you want and the cell that you want Excel to change to get to that value. And by doing that, it's a lot quicker than manually doing it yourself. So that's how we can do a break-even analysis in Excel. I hope you learned something from this, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.